What up, robots? So today I'm not really showcasing a build or anything, I'm just coming to you guys for your opinion on something. Clickbait titles. Do you think that a clickbait title is healthy for the general IQ of a Roboquest, well, not even Roboquest community, a community in general? Because I see a lot of videos that go out with a lot of misinformation from content creators. And don't get me wrong, I'm a content creator as well. Some of the information I've put out in the past has been wrong because I haven't quite researched it enough, or I've taken other people's word for something and ran with it without testing it myself. But do you think that it's bad for the community, good for a community? Like, if a big YouTuber does clickbait content, it definitely pulls in more people into a game, which is really good for the game and like okay for the community. But does it just actively lower the IQ of a community? Because for a week or more after someone releases content that says, I don't know, crit engineer is the most broken thing in the world because it can get guaranteed crits, then uses a weapon that has 1.25 crit multiplier, which is less bonus damage than, well, it's half the damage that, say, a marking perk will give you. So it's not really all that strong, even though crits sound like the best thing in the game. If you're using something that only increases it by 25% damage, is guaranteeing 25% damage that much better than a perk that will guarantee 30% damage or 50% damage? Or Ranger has the highest DPS build, and the highest DPS build uses something which you can only have up to 10% of your fight, so an 80% damage increase for 10% of your fight, is that going to be more or less damage increase than a constant 30% damage? And they use this as a clickbait title to draw people in and say this is the best thing until they come out with the next best thing. So do you think it's overly healthy for a community to like feed off the clickbait titles this much? Is a video that shows killing a boss in 3 minutes saying that one build is ridiculously strong and OP, is that good for the community? Because people are going to sit and argue over what is the strongest build based off their own experience and then based off what they've seen online. So if we're feeding them misinformation based off what they're seeing online, and they're seeing mildly okay DPS but being sold it as ridiculously high DPS, is it okay for a, you know, like, is it a good place for a community to be in if someone's feeding that kind of info? Now the build that I'm running here, obviously I've got no items, so this is doing probably half as much damage as it could be doing. And it's not a particularly good one against this boss because it relies on resets. I've got no CC elements or anything like that, and I'm not going to tell you this is the best build in the game. What I am going to tell you is those people that say killing a boss in 2 minutes or killing the final Iris stage in like 30 seconds is ridiculously broken when it's not a build like this, then you do have to kind of question if they've done their research. I missed my first shot there. I'd probably be dead if I hadn't missed my first shot, but it's who's really to say what is a broken build and what isn't, unless you test it yourself. Now, I don't get anything out of my YouTube videos. I just get mild satisfaction over giving information out to you guys and sharing information for a game that I love. And I love seeing videos go out that bring more community to the game. What I don't love is how many arguments I see and how much misinformation I see that causes people to argue over one thing being better than another, purely based off just one video that they saw where either it was on Discovery and something killed something in 30 seconds, which you could actually do quicker if you had a good build, or you had the perfect item RNG and sold a cryo engineer as the strongest thing in the game because of a 25% bonus damage that a single perk will give you without having to build up cryo first. And yeah, I'm looking for your feedback. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't like misinformation. I don't like things being sold as broken when they're not, because devs will also see it. And the more people that are sold on clickbait titles, and devs will eventually bend to the peer pressure, because everyone will be telling them that something's OP when it's just not. But let me know what you think below. I'll be interested to see what you think. Alright guys, cheers.